Hello, welcome into this reading. I'm Molly, the Quantum Leap Queen. Thanks for joining me on this reading. These readings are a timeless resource for you to come utilize whenever you need some extra nourishment in your life. So I'm going to set the intention right off the bat to give you guys the best messages that you need to hear. Trust that if you found this reading, whenever you're finding it, that there is a message here for you. So I'm starting with the tarot. I'm starting with the Rainbow Tarot. And what are we talking about today with this group? What message does this group need to hear today? I have the Seven of Pentacles. You guys have been putting in work but feeling disappointment, perhaps. Yeah, oof, Ten of Swords. There's something you've been investing in. It could be a relationship, it could be work. It's something that you've been really heavily invested in and putting a lot of energy and effort into, but it's not giving you the results that you want. I have the Ten of Swords being this, it's almost like no matter what you pour into it, it's just not giving you what you were hoping for and desiring. That's what I'm getting off the bat. Let's see what else. This card is flipped over. Yeah, I had the Seven of Swords. Something about what you are investing in is not in alignment with you. In fact, it's not even in alignment with itself. There's some kind of deception happening. And whatever this investment is, again, like it could be a relationship. It definitely could be a relationship for a lot of you. This person is taking more than they're giving, something like that. And again, that could happen in a job setting, or you take it as it resonates. What else? What else about what this person is experiencing? I have the Empress. Yeah, you know that you deserve better. You know that you deserve better than what you have been pouring into, and that's why it's so disappointing to you. It's like, brah, like I'm pouring everything and receiving nothing, more or less. That's kind of what it feels like. It's like, man, I deserve better. This person or this situation, like they don't even know how good they get it with me, but they're not appreciating me or my efforts. That's what it feels like. You're not being appreciated. The Nine of Swords, yeah, it's really bothered you for some time now. That's what I get. This is the card of like anxiety. You're staying up late thinking about it. And this little thought pattern, like, it's just a lot of anxiety and a lot of thinking about it. Yeah, I also have the Nine of Pentacles at the top of the deck, and it's like, this is where you want to be, like feeling like rich in your garden. And when I say rich, I mean like the feeling of it, just feeling like abundance. Not necessarily having all the money, although that definitely could be part of the dream here, or maybe you're there. It's different for everyone, but what I get is like you thought that by nurturing this particular relationship or whatever this situation is, that you would kind of be more in this Nine of Pentacles, luscious garden, but you're just not. You're more just like in anxiety and wondering, like questioning a lot about your decisions, about the direction you're moving, about yourself, about your worth. There's a lot that's going on in your mind right now, and a lot of chaos happening from something that you thought should have brought you a lot of peace and joy, but it's not doing that. What else? What else can I tell this group? I have Judgment, the King of Swords. Yeah. You're facing someone, let's say, that is very much a domineering person. Like they think that the way that they view the world is correct, and that other people are incorrect, or there's something wrong with them. I get a lot of judgmental energy from this person, and they would really benefit from looking at themselves with honesty, but I don't see that they're honest with themselves, so how could they be honest with other people? Truly. And I think Judgment came out with this card to say, like, this is what you're starting to recognize about this person. This person puts on a particular show for other individuals, but it's like their persona that they have on the outside versus who they truly are on the inside. There's a disconnect there. They are not leading soul first. It's almost like they are leading ego first. That's what I get with this person. Partner, parent, boss, it's going to be a little different for everyone, but you're just starting to see the reality of this person. Okay. Yeah. What advice is there, or what else do we need to know? I have the Chariot, I have the Knight of Swords. I think you're almost ready for this new beginning. If you're not already there, you really kind of have the momentum now to move towards the new beginning, because it's almost like it needs to happen. As much as you don't want it to happen again, like you've really invested a lot in whatever this is, but you're recognizing like this just needs to happen. I need to have this new start, this fresh start with just me, away from this person, away from this toxicity. And I don't love to use that word because we're all on our own journeys and whatnot, but there's just such misalignment with this person within themselves, and you're trying to be an aligned individual. And so, of course, it's going to be like friction because the alignments are not the same. But I do see that that moving into a new beginning would be very beneficial for you. And as well, there could be some resistance energy of some sort from this person that you are actually choosing yourself because they're used to walking over you. But you've allowed it for so long. So, of course, they're going to get mad that their benefits are now being taken away. But that's obviously their journey. This card gives me a double meaning between their energy and then your energy of being ready, being like, all right, I've seen enough to make the moves now, and really choosing yourself and choosing that new beginning where you'll gain so much. Like, truly, I don't even know if you realize like how great that path is away from them. To really choose yourself is a radical decision, and you will be blessed for that. Truly, that's what I get. So, what else here? Oh, nice. We have Temperance flipped around in the deck here. So, Temperance, the Earth Angel, also represents the blend between our own masculine and feminine energies. So maybe you're recognizing like within yourself, one is stronger than the other, one's weaker than the other, and you're just wanting to come back to that place of balance. Also between spirituality, practicality, your emotions, like everything you're wanting to balance back to a still point and create that inner peace within yourself, because this chapter with this person has been rather unsettling within you and rather chaotic, and you feel unbalanced from this relationship. So you are coming back to balance within yourself, and no better card represents that than Temperance. Temperance comes after the Death card, so it's like you had to have a death of some sort, like an egoic death, in order to come back to this place of a new dawn, and a new commitment to you that is based in balance and respect. Let me see if there's any last messages from the tarot before we move on to some oracle messages. Okay, so I have the Queen of Cups, yes, the Hierophant, the Lovers, Strength, the World, wow, all these major arcanas, the Ace of Cups. This is quite a spread, but it's just to say that the work that you're doing is paying off big time. And this work is about having boundaries for your heart, because this person has messed a lot with that, but you've been willingly giving again and not receiving back because you want to be validated in some way, shape, or form. You know, it does come back to egoic stuff, but it's just like patterning, and you're recognizing like, man, I have a lot to give and I have a big heart, and that needs to be cherished and protected. It does. And no one's going to do that, you know, better than yourself. So doing that for yourself, cherishing, protecting, having the proper boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls, but they're like a protection and an honoring, right? For you and for others. Teach them how to treat you. We truly teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. So there's something about that. And then all of this benefit that you get from doing that, the Hierophant, the Lovers, Strength, the World, the Ace of Cups, it's all talking about how when you're choosing yourself and putting yourself first, when you have such a big heart, that it comes back to you tenfold. It's not a selfish thing. It's actually selfish when you ignore your needs and ignore that. Like, that's when it becomes selfish. So I need to move on, but I hope that is making some sense for you. I'm gonna start with the Sacred Symbols Oracle. We'll see what symbology is here for you. What is the best message for this group from this deck? Thank you. I have Lucky, nice. 47 with Lucky. Let's read about it. Lucky, you have got the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold at this time. Enjoy this winning streak you are on. Meditate on this when you need an extra boost of being in the right place at the right time kind of energy. The horseshoe is the symbol. Horseshoes have long been viewed as a talisman of good luck, love, and protection. And I think that's what I was getting with the last bit of the tarot cards too, is like all of these major arcanas that are very abundant. And that's what I think all of this energy is pointing to, is like truly the path where you choose you is the most uplifting path and the luckiest path and the most soul aligned path. So choosing yourself is what you need to do, and that's gonna get you where you need to go 100%. Okay, I'm gonna pull from I Create My Reality next. What's the best message for this group from this deck? Okay, there's two that want to come out. So the first one is I Know I Can. It says, I can and I will. If you truly believe you can do something, you will surely acquire the capacity to do it, even if you may not have it all at the beginning. Take that first step. Take that leap. Jump off the cliff. Your wings will spread during the flight. I believe in my dream, and my dream believes in me. So that is the message. And this next one is love your reflection. My perception of others is a reflection of myself. The way you perceive others is always a reflection of you. How you respond and react to others corresponds to your own awareness of yourself. If you love yourself and are confident about your value, you will see love and perceive goodness in others. Love thyself in order to love others. Love thyself in order for others to love you. This is very crucial too, because being in a relationship like this, whatever kind it is, it's really done a number on your self-worth. Like, you never, I feel like you're a strong individual. However, when we're directing our energy into the wrong thing, we're not, then we're just depleting our energy. So I do think as you step away from this person in this relationship, you will just come back to yourself in a new way. Truly coming back to loving yourself in a brand new way, in a way that's more rooted in yourself and not needing outside validation. I get that strongly, but just know, like, if you are right here, right now, where you're having some self-worth issues, that won't last, and to be very gentle and kind with yourself through this period, because you're moving through a lot. Yeah. And this I can, I will, like, right in line with everything, showing you this streak of when you choose yourself and your path, make that the priority, like, you're going to be blessed up, truly blessed up. So trust that. Okay. I'm going to read from the Rainbow Brain Skull next. Let's do this deck. I always have the decks listed below in the description, so you guys know. What are we looking at with this deck? Oh, okay. It says, water the things you care about. It ain't always gonna be dirt. Oh my gosh, I love that for you. That is the perfect message. Right now you're in the dirt, but it ain't always gonna be dirt. Everything big was once a tiny version of itself. The universe itself was once the size of a sesame seed. Trust that if you consistently show up and make the effort, your dreams will come to fruition. And they will. And you truly are, like, at the part in your journey where the soil is just being tilled. Like, you're starting fresh. You have new foundations. But as tough as it is to turn up what was already rooted, you're bringing in fresh oxygen, fresh nutrients, fresh perspectives for you. So you really get to just focus on watering the things that you can't yet see. So that's all coming in perfect timing, of course, and it takes time for these things to actually grow and to become something. But you're in the watering of the dirt process, but it won't always be dirt. Okay. It's a perfect reminder for you. Okay, lastly, I am going to pull from this animal deck. We'll take a look. Oh, there's a card ready to come for you. Focus on the big picture. Wow. Wow. Right in line. Let's read about it. Focus on the big picture. This is the Visionary Hawk. The Visionary Hawk card comes with a powerful message about a higher perspective. The image of the hawk coming out of the eye asks you to transcend your current perception and see the bigger picture. Hawk is aligned with the lighthouse that focuses its light on the bee, which represents your purpose and desire. Hawk says you must expand your perception to encompass a higher viewpoint and focus on the thing you want. Then victory, represented by the crown, is the only next logical step. Hawk is asking you to take control of your thoughts, stop playing victim to external circumstances, and own the truth that you create your own reality. Declare that your life is going to be the most fulfilling, prosperous, and joyful you have ever experienced. Proclaim that you will overcome all obstacles, your self-doubt, and your insecurities, because you have a gift that you and only you were created to share. Regardless of whether your current situation is less than desirable, this card comes as a confirmation that something beautiful is awaiting you. But the first step is to make that decision, to get out of your own ego's limited perspective. Testify to the world and yourself that something big is awaiting you. Not even your disbelief in yourself will stop you from fulfilling your purpose. You were created for greatness. Hawk's medicine asks you to immediately snap out of whatever discouraging story may be playing in your mind and immediately focus the power of all the achievements. Immediately focus on the power of all the achievements that await you. It won't be dirt forever. Truly, it won't be. So I think this is an excellent reminder to give you that bird's eye perspective to say, okay, there's purpose in this. Obviously, the path I was going was misaligned. And I learned a lot. I'm going to extract the gifts from that time period, and then I'm going to use that to create this beautiful next chapter of my life. And you're doing that with your intentions, with your focus, with your energy. So take radical responsibility for that. And remember, whenever you're feeling overwhelmed by everything, go back to that bird's eye view. And even go back to the soil reference too, remembering like this is your time to really just be in the new dirt, because it won't be dirt forever. Okay. So that is your message, guys. I hope it's bringing you peace and clarity and just confirmation of where you are at. Remember, life is magic. Truly, we are made of from magic. So trust your journey and trust your inner knowing. Like, your intuition truly is your umbilical cord with life. You're getting the perfect information directly from the tap. So trust yourself, trust your process, trust your journey, and always come back to your heart and soul and recognize where the ego goes a little crazy. So you can like, subscribe, comment, let me know how this video resonated with you. I also have my link down below for readings and to work with me. So until the next reading, guys, we'll see you then. Bye.